Welcome back, everybody, to our midweek update. This is Jonathan with special guest Brian Hay. What's up, Brian?
Hey, everybody.
Good to have you with us. Fitz is on the road to Illinois. He's got his professorial hat. He's going to be professor tomorrow at Lincoln Christian Seminary, teaching a class up there. So grab Brian. We've got some stuff to talk about, some things to fill you in on. But just super glad to be with you today. Hope everything's going well for you so far this week. About a year ago, Brian, just a little bit over a year ago, you and Steph got some tough news. She was diagnosed with breast cancer. A lot of you guys watching have traveled this journey with them, and they've done such a great job of just keeping folks in the loop and posting things about that. Very transparent about that journey, and I know they've appreciated your support. And Brian, how's it going? What's the latest with Steph today?
Yeah, thanks for asking, buddy. It's crazy 1 year, and what a everybody's had a crazy year, and we just had something that was added onto that thing in a big way. But I can tell you the number one thing, man, is thank you. We have sincerely felt the prayers of the body. So we love you guys. Thank you all for doing that and keeping up with us and caring. Man, we're excited to be. If you told me a year ago that we would be where we are today, I'd tell you, man, I would thought it would have been a miracle. But Stephanie's doing great. She's still cancer-free, and she's in her last couple stages of infusions. We'll be making a trip down to Houston for some follow-up stuff and for one last surgery. But man, we are we are so thankful to be where we are today, and God has been so good to us, and the church has loved us, man. So thank you. It's been good.
Yeah, and it's always tough when anybody's diagnosed with cancer. When it's younger folks, we were just talking about age. I won't reveal their age. Brian is definitely younger than me. He and Steph are, But and so when this came along, you're just out of sorts with that. Talk about perspective a little bit. What have you learned from a perspective standpoint, just in life and battling a disease like this? What's it taught you?
Well, I mean, it's been about a year and 12 days. So about a year ago, I mean, after the first week or two of finding out that news, I remember waking up at about 3 a.m., just the middle of the night. And I remember just kind of waking up in a panic. And I reached over to feel next to me in the bed to make sure she was still there. And it was the first time in my life I ever contemplated the reality of her not being there.
Yeah.
And man, I tell you, you say goodnight a little different. You hold the kids a little bit tighter. You make your Christmas and Thanksgiving a little bit more special. You just it just puts you in a perspective that goes, man, this is not guaranteed. And so for us, when COVID came, we were like, as long as we get to spend some more time together, it's fine. Lock us in the house. It's just right. So it was. Of all the craziness, man, perspective-wise for us, it really tightened us in to really go, man, is our foundation really in Christ? Because our whole house just got shook. And so are we on the solid rock? Mm-hmm. And for us to both remain faithful to one another, to Christ in the midst of this. And it just made us just, remember the special little things. Yeah. And so we're still in that. We're still, she's expecting a big Christmas this year with gifts. So, it's all good. But we're definitely much more thankful for little things.
Yeah. And thank you guys again for just being, letting us walk with you. And you continue to be a blessing to this church, this community. Speaking of community, that's a big part of your job now. That is your job here at Oklahoma Christian Church, to make sure that we are impacting this local community, our national community, even our world community. We've put a lot of effort in here locally in the last year, just dialing up our work right here in our backyard. Overwhelming at times when you really get into the trenches and the needs that are out there. And so proud of OCC for how you guys and the church has gotten behind all of these things. Our most recent kind of fun touch with the community was this past weekend.
Yeah.
You were in that lead role of organizing a major event And a lot of challenges that come with that. Again, just in a normal situation, let alone COVID,
right.
to pull something off like this. So how'd you feel about it? Just reminisce a little bit on this past Saturday in our fall festival.
Well, I tell you, I think that our community was hungry for it. There has been such a yearning to get out and do something fun with the family.
Yeah.
A place where you can feel safe, a place where it's going to be family fun. That there's going to be all these different activities, and it was the first time we've done it this way. Obviously, I mean, we've done the trunk or treats in the past, but this was a new style, new format. A lot of it driven by what COVID was going to be bringing to us. But man, overall. Just to see our volunteers just love on people, to see the smile on kids' faces, to see a little joy in the community, a little bit more pep in the step, for us to just, no strings attached, love on people. We love some of the conversations that's come out of it. We did something new this year where every kid got in their bag. Not only did they get candy as they walked around, but they got some paint for their pumpkin. They had to take it home and paint. So if they ruined your kitchen table, we apologize with that paint. But it's water. You can wash it off. Oh, yeah. But we also gave them all Bibles, which was just our way of letting them know and hopefully creating conversation with the kids of, hey, what is this? What's it about? Who does it talk about? Yeah. And but overall on the day, good food, good fellowship, fun, and man, we had some impact from that, some results. Some people came back from that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was neat hearing from our children's ministry that they had a couple families. 24 hours later, they were here for church, and and that was exciting. I told the staff that these kind of things usually, and you have to trust that the seeds that were planted will bloom at some point, and sometimes it's years down the road, sometimes it's 24 hours. You just don't know, and that's where we trust God. But one way or the other, and most importantly, I think the seed of God's word being given and planted with those youngsters, the candy will run out pretty quick, but that word will hopefully find its way into their heart, be in a relationship, walking towards Jesus. So thanks to you and our whole team and church for getting behind that and making an impact, helping people find and follow Jesus.
And special thanks to the volunteers who worked very hard for a long period of time that day on their feet, hardly any breaks. I mean, and they just went for it. So lead volunteers all the way down to everyone that served that day, all the prep ahead of time. And man, Gail Etherton, my admin, man, there is no way that would have been done without her. All right, so this was a major team effort, but she was amazing. So thank you, Gail. Thank you, team. It was great.
Awesome. So if you weren't here Sunday or haven't watched Sunday's service yet, just a reminder, you can go back and watch it on demand right through our homepage on our website. But we included just a 60-second recap. We took the whole day and boiled it down to 60 seconds. So take a look real quick, just to enjoy some scenes from this past Saturday.
There you go, 3 months of work, all the way down to 60 seconds. There we go.
Yep. That's just how it is, man. But hopefully that just gave you a glimpse of what happened Saturday.
And cool cars too.
Very cool cars.
Really cool cars.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, very neat. Okay, so let's look ahead. We're believe it or not, right on the doorstep of November. 2 months left in this year, which I know we're kind of ready to move on from, and that'll happen soon enough. But we want to finish well, and continue impacting our community. This is a time of year when homelessness and food shortage, on and on. It needs just tend to elevate even more as the weather changes, on and on and on. Just opportunities for us to again kind of fill in the gaps, step in to where there's needs. So talk to us about what's right in front of us opportunity wise with our outreach.
Yeah, man. So we're pretty excited. Every year this church has been so faithful with Thanksgiving baskets, and for many years they have been given to the community. And this year we actually partnered with some other churches who helped us. At one time we were taking care of a lot of different schools, but with like a limited amount. This year we partnered with some other churches that were able to take care of some closer local schools to our individual churches, and up our ante in terms of what we can give to them. So we were able to still serve many schools, but we're serving them in a higher capacity than what we had before. Man, so they are so excited that we're able to do that, because they have been just, to the teachers and to all those out there, you guys, and to the families that have had the NTI, and some people not be able to work as much. There's just been so much on families, and so we felt really just a conviction to love on them well, and to do it in a little bit of a different way. Not only are we giving them more per school, but we're actually going to be delivering them. We're going to have our members going to the schools and actually handing out the baskets and meeting with these families, just to give them hope and encouragement. Let them know we love them. So those opportunities will be coming up. We have a meal packing night that we're going to do on November 9th. We're going to have, for the 2 weeks after that is when we're going to be going to the schools and handing out things. And in some ways, we're going to be making some deliveries. And so we're going to be really helping these schools and these teachers that have been overwhelmed, be able to take this off their plate to some degree and really go in and love on some of these families that just need hope right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know those just from a little bit of firsthand experience. You see it pretty regularly. Just the looks on the faces of the family resource directors and the folks who are on the front lines who are overwhelmed in the sense of handling NTI, if you're dealing with teachers, and just they're right in the thick of that, helping make sure resources are getting into the homes, let alone then just the physical needs like food that we can step in and just help them out with. So you mentioned November 9th. In general, when it comes to information about this, the need to know if somebody wants to help, let's talk about, we use the word on-ramp, just as a metaphor for how we get folks who are interested in kind of jumping on the service highway with us. How do we on-ramp onto this? I know we're heading into that this Sunday, specifically in the context of our series, Separation of Church and Hate. One of the things that can remove hate is serving. As the more you serve, the less you hate. It just works that way. And so let's talk about that a little bit and where we're going this Sunday and building on ramps.
Yeah, what I encourage you to do is between now and Sunday, just be praying about how God wants to use you in this season within our church body and beyond. And so we want to provide opportunities within the body to partner with some of our partners, to love on some of their folks. And so the way we're going to do that is going to be pretty simple. This Sunday, we'll provide some opportunities for you to be able to click on some icons on our website, build a text to serve as well, and then you will be followed up with by me or another minister here, just to chat about kind of where God has you and kind of what you're feeling, and try to help navigate you to these opportunities. That's both in the church and beyond. And man, we're just excited to talk with you and just have a conversation about where you feel like God's moving, and really trying to match you up with the opportunities that are out there. So we've been collecting opportunities. We have many that we feel are going to be great chances for us to go and serve and love on others. So this Sunday, we'll have additional information about getting onto the service link to fill out that information, and then be followed up with in the next week or so with those details.
Yeah, so the most important thing I would say, I think we want people to hear today is prepare your heart, prepare your mind through prayer for the message Sunday, which is going to lean heavily into this idea of serving and giving yourself over to something bigger than yourself. And we'll get into Sunday some of the details on all of that. But just know our goal coming out of Sunday is to begin a conversation with you.
That's right.
And just to get literally on the phone with you, ideally through email if necessary. But to talk with you about your heart's desire and your passion, where God's maybe pointing you. And we believe we're going to have so many opportunities, and it's something for everybody. And even if you don't know what your passion is, you just want to serve, that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Is a willing heart, ready to be used, open-handed, Yeah. And our job then is to help get you connected and plugged in, on-ramped onto that specific area. So looking forward to that. Prepare for Sunday, which means not only prepare, but like show up, okay, on campus or online. We continue to encourage you, to be diligent about that weekly commitment to that. We're so blessed to be able to offer that online opportunity. I just continue to say, don't use that as a convenience thing. We totally get, and it's there for the unique circumstance of COVID and safety and what's best in your best interest from a health standpoint. But we're not interested in offering it for a convenience standpoint. Yeah. We'll just continue to reinforce that. It's not about comfort. It's about commitment first and foremost. So challenge you on that regard. Don't forget to sign your kids up. But we continue to do that for Sunday there for our kids programs. Be sure and register them. You can do that again really easily through our website. Just go to that children's page, and there's big buttons right there. All you got to do is click them. Okay, Brian, man, it's been great to have you with us. Thanks for hanging out, and we look forward to seeing you guys this coming Sunday in worship. God bless.